Welcome to the Governance and Operations Committee meeting for January 23rd, 2023. Just a reminder to everybody that this meeting can also be seen on Zoom. The video link will be posted to the City of Trail website, and we're also welcoming members of the public to be present in the council committee room. Today we have a delegation with us, Rich and Madeline Murphy from the Murphy Family Foundation. And I would like to, sorry, Trish, do you want to do the introduction about the process, or we'll just get them to?
Well, I'm thinking what might make sense is to, excuse me, to review the staff report. And then I think because the staff report would feed into a discussion maybe with Rich and Madeline through the foundation.
Okay.
And I think it'll all kind of tie together nicely that way.
Okay.
So I'm thinking what might make most sense is to have Robert do a high level overview of the staff report and kind of where the process has got us to even being here today. And I think that'll all make sense when the staff
It
report
does.
is-
Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
I'll hand it over to Robert Baker, the Deputy Director of Parks and Recreation.
Thank you. The project was initiated when the smoke heaters approached us and were interested in year-round ice. And the infrastructure doesn't allow us to have year-round ice in the Cominco Arena, the main rink at this point, because the ground underneath freezes. And if that happens, then we can end up with structural issues that I believe there's some photos or depictions of in the staff report. So we looked at the kids rink. Was that an easier option? Could it be done for cheaper or quicker? And certainly it can. On top of that, the infrastructure in the kids rink is 70 years old. The boards are made of wood, built in place. 70 years for wood that's exposed to moisture for 8 months throughout the year. Obviously, you can imagine there's a lot of dry rot. There's also wood that piping was secured to within the sand floor, and that cedar is now completely rotten, and the pipes are lifting off the floor, which make it difficult to maintain an ice surface throughout the year. So we explored the kids rink as the best option for replacing the floor and making it usable for year-round ice, which simply means we need to keep the earth defrosted and the surface frozen that the kids are skating on. So we put out a request for proposals. The cost came back, lots of different options and ways to slice it. And I believe the best way is to put in a concrete floor, new arena boards, and the challenge then becomes money. So there's about $300,000 in mechanical equipment that I'm recommending we hold off on for about a year. We do it in 2024. I look for grants in the meantime. And the critical infrastructure then becomes the concrete itself with the piping and the boards. And that's where the Murphy Family Foundation came in and said, if there's going to be an issue with funding, then we should chat with them. So we had that call with them 7 or 10 days ago to talk about the challenge we're going to see with funding the project. How's that?
So any questions or comments for Robert?
Just one, where was another part of the minor hockey room to be changed to the dressing? Where is that in the?
So when you walk up the slight ramp
Yeah.
towards the kids rink, on your right-hand side, there's an old steel door. If you went inside there, you would find
yes,
a room
okay.
maybe about twice the size of this,
Okay,
where minor hockey stores their jerseys and
Okay.
pucks throughout the off season.
okay.
Awesome. Okay.
And so it was at that time when we shared with the Murphy Foundation with Richard Madeline, that that's when we talked about it and some of the cost pressures, because I was just trying to relate, because we were surprised. We know that we've got a lot of juggling to do when we're dealing with budget, not just this year, but every year. But in particular, that we had gone through sort of our water and sewer, a bit of a sticker shock, I think, when we saw what some of the water infrastructure prices were coming, and that we had had a pretty significant increase to water rates even for 2023. And again, there was some discussion that was involved, and then again, we got the generous you know, hey, we'll help you out. And so I think that there was a bit of silence. I don't know if they were on the other line, kind of checking their speakers. Was there any noise or, you know, what's going on? But no, we were kind of trying to figure that out. And again, as we've kind of gone through this and we looked at what they're offering, obviously it's huge because it allows council, I think, to move forward with the project, which is great for the community. And it really solidifies that the Murphy Foundation, again, when I think about all the small communities that I've worked with, I wish we could have a Murphy Foundation in each community, because that would make life all that much easier as far as making sure these, you know, long age assets, and especially those related to recreation, which are expensive and are important for a community, but without proper upkeep, or just in the fact that we've had something in there for 70 years. I mean, even that in itself speaks to the, you know, longevity and the use that you want to continue that on for another 70 years. So obviously, as you could see in the staff report, definitely we have the timing. That's why this is here, because we aren't done budget yet. We haven't even really started on as far as the operating fund relating to both capital and operations itself. So we don't know where our tax increase will look like, but we know that there's a bit of a time on this one and wanting to get it started, especially because we want to make sure that we can book the contractor, because we have a short window to get this work done. So that's a big key piece. So that's why it's here today. We want to be able to get your approval, allows Mr. Baker to get moving on the proper contracts that we need to get signed and to get the work out of the way. So that's why we're here today. And again, too, I'm sure you may have some questions, or they may have some comments from the Murphys as well.
Any other questions or comments?
I think it's outstanding. You know, I've played on the kids rink and coached on the kids rink, and those boards are something to speak about. I mean, there's times you get your sticks stuck because things have just shifted over the years in between. You know, the way that those corners are, they're so tight to get around for the Zamboni. And I mean, I know there's kids and people that have gotten hurt just because it's not level trying to get around because of the shape. So, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity to keep the kids skating year round and to have other potential programs offered for skating in the summer, not just in the winter months. You know, and as well, you know, support the Smokies so they can do more training as well. I think it's a great opportunity in all facets of our community.
When you speak to that well, and that's the other part. It is the potential for a revenue generator, whether or not having ice that's a lot later. Certainly, when I was talking with Director Davidson about the fact that in having the kids rink open later, the number of other patrons that came from outside of our community to come and use that ice was significant. So to have that know that it's going to be something even a bit longer and consistently, I think is a good timing as well, because sometimes it'll be a bit of an off-season, skiing's over, not for summer. You know, you can, you know, fill up the hotels in our community as well, and restaurants.
I know when council did a tour of the arena, and Robert, you were talking so passionately about this project and all the projects that were going on in the arena, and then to have this come out, like, it's so important. I mean, we all know how expensive infrastructure is, and to have that in your budget and be able to plan for it. And then this, you know, sort of comes about, and it's something I know that our community is going to be really excited about, to be able to use it all year round and for different, you know, events. And like you say, it is going to draw in some economic development for us. And yeah, I'm just really excited about the whole venture, and I just want to thank the Murphy family so much. I don't know if there's any other comments from council, and I would like to open the floor to Madeline or Rich, if you have any comments.
Sure. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for your time today. And congratulations to the new mayor and to all the council members. I know this is a new project set in front of you. It started with the other participants prior to election, but we appreciate your time. And you know, first and foremost, what I want to say is we are very excited for this, not only for the Trail Smoke Eaters, because you know the Murphy Family Foundation does not. Well, we can't formally fund anything for the trail smoke eaters. That's not the intention. Obviously, the trail smoke eaters will get a benefit from this, just like everybody else in the community. And Madeline, who is in charge, you know, she's the director of funding for the Murphy Family Foundation. She reminds me of that all the time. So, you know, she keeps me in line there. But, you know, we think that this is, you know, obviously a great opportunity for trail smoke eaters and other companies that provide on ice instruction to come into trail. I mean, again, trail's going to be the only facility for many, many miles and hours of driving to have summer ice as we have right now. We have it through June now, but year-round ice is unheard of in the Kootenai. So it's going to give the young athletes in the surrounding areas an opportunity to hone in on their skills and have some fun, and in turn it's gonna bring revenue, economic development to the city of Trail, with hotels and restaurants and gas stations and grocery stores and whatnot. So we're very excited about it. And you know, we've been an active partner. The foundation's been an active partner for, you know, really since the Murphy family purchased the trail smoke eaters. This is probably, you know, this is more fun than that. I can tell you that. The foundation is you know, pretty active on a yearly basis, not only in the community of Trail, but in Minnesota and other areas. And this is a project that, you know, the foundation itself has been pretty excited about. So hopefully this is something we can move forward on. Madeline, add anything you think I missed on? And
Yeah, I mean, once again, to echo Rich, thank you for welcoming us into your meeting. And I think in larger sense, also, you know, welcoming our family into your community. We're not Canadian. I think that's very obvious. But I mean, Trail has been such a special place for our family. Place where my brother lived and played hockey for years. It's the place where my parents now own a business and a home, and it's the place where I got to take my 1-year-old daughter to Trail this past fall, and it was one of my favorite trips. And I think we're just we're continuously blown away by how welcoming and wonderful the community is, even outside of just the world of hockey where we've been primarily active. And to be able to work with the city on a project that we feel really passionately about for a myriad of reasons is it's exciting, but it's also a privilege. So thank you for that. And thank you also for a new council for having the faith to consider this project and consider this partnership with us. I think there's not much more to say than what Rich has said. But I think what gets me really excited about this is, and this is a conversation we had in our board meeting when we were discussing a significant increase to our funding than what was proposed years ago, was not, what this rink is going to look like in 2024 or 2025, but what a facility like this is going to look like and what it's going to be able to offer in 5 years, in 10 years, and 20 years. And just in our board, we kind of started rattling off things we'd like to see happening there. Hockey related, not hockey related. The concrete flooring really offers a whole new world of possibilities for this facility. And when we thought about the long term, we really just came to the conclusion that we actually can't come to a conclusion about what it's going to offer, because the opportunities that it will be able to pose for the community, we feel, are going to be unprecedented for the region and would not have been possible without
this project, and we're just very grateful to be able to play a role in it. And we're really excited to see what a facility like this is going to be able to offer trail. I mean, when I was just there in fall, Trisha took me around, and you have beautiful, some of the most beautiful outdoor recreational spaces that I've ever gotten a chance to see. They are so well taken care of. They're so beautiful. They serve really great and significant purposes. There's so much intention there, and to be able to continue that with this rink is something we're just really excited about, and just so excited for all of the possibilities we'll hold for, you know, a huge amount of stakeholders in the community and the greater region. So, yeah, we're excited to put this forward and hopeful to work with you. So thank you for having us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know I feel like we're kind of holding back, but I know that we're all very, very excited and very grateful for this opportunity to work with you as well. And I feel our community is just we're going to be there's so many possibilities that you've opened up for us because of this. And I speaking for council, I really want to say thank you. I don't know what else we can say, but thank you so much. Any other comments, guys? Any questions? Are we ready for the recommendation?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the recommendation is before you. Can I have someone make that motion?
I'll make that
please?
motion.
Councillor Martin, Councillor Wilson, all those in favor? Passed unanimously. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think that's it for this part of the meeting. I don't know if you want to hang around and be a part of the next. But if you don't, we understand.
Yeah, well, again, thank you very much, everybody. We're very excited. I'll be back in trail in February. I'd love to see all you guys when I come in town. And again, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is adjournment.
Make that motion.
Yep. Councillor Hanson, second, Councillor Wilson. No discussion, no debate. All those in favor? Carried unanimously.